call me, help me. I'm drowning in my feelings. Do you love me the way you never loved somebody like me? I'm dancing lonely, waiting for you. Call me, I'll show you something dirty. SOS, baby, you can make me stress. SOS, I need you, baby, to confess. SOS, baby, you can make me stress. SOS, I need you, baby, to confess. SOS.
Do you feel this heavy crush?
SOS.
I get you into this mess. SOS.
Help me, I'm drowning in my feelings. Do you love me the way you never loved somebody like me? I'm dancing lonely, waiting for you. Call me, I'll show you something dirty. Help me. SOS.
Don't come back to me in my dreams. I don't want to hear my screams. I'm not mad anymore. I don't care, let me go. Don't come back to me in my dreams. I don't want to hear my screams. Tonight, I'm gonna get drunk. Tonight, I'm gonna get high. I'm gonna get high. Tonight, I'm gonna get drunk. Tonight, I'm gonna get high. I'm gonna get high. Tonight, I'm gonna get drunk. Tonight, I'm gonna get high. I'm gonna get high. Tonight, I'm gonna get drunk. Tonight, I'm gonna get high.
All right, let's see if we have this thing actually. Okay, I hear the audio going. Good. Let's tweak that down a little bit. I don't know why it was peaking like that. All right, let's see. Let's make sure everything looks okay. Let's see. Cool. Let's just go with this. Move that over. Let's see. Gonna move that. I still am not a... I got to move this over here. Move that here. I can move it like this. Can I adjust this like so? Let's see what I do like this. Something I don't like about YouTube Studio is like maybe there's like a different app, but like the creator built-in browser one, like I'll give Twitch that. Like Twitch is also built to be on streaming, but it's kind of odd that YouTube does not have anything built into to try it out, I guess you could say. So I don't know. Just my two cents, as it were. Hopefully everybody's having a great night. It is Friday. It is, and tomorrow's gonna be exciting. Going to Too Many Games convention. With there's gonna be a bunch of YouTubers there as well. It's gonna be kind of cool. I'm not saying I'm a YouTuber at this point, but David Hayter's going to be there, and Cam Clark, the voices of Solid Snake and Liquid Snake from the Metal Gear Solid series. So I'm very, 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 very excited for that. I'm only going tomorrow, Randy. I'm not going. I was trying to go on Sunday, but if it's just not worth it to go both days, like there's not going to be enough for me to go both days to see. But I'm excited to kind of go see like a bunch of the other like YouTube guys like Spawn Wave and Beat 'em Ups and Wolf Den, and to even kind of look around at and look and see just put this to live chat again, to see. Let me see that. Actually, hold on, I can move this back to. Hold on. I'm just going to try to see if I can restore the chat here. Why is it not doing? Okay, it's fine. To go see them, and to kind of go see, and to kind of look. What I was gonna say was to go and do like some classic game shopping again, to kind of see what's there. I know some of the local places I go to are gonna be there, but I kind of want to see what other shops are there and kind of maybe see if I can get some stuff that's been on my list that I just couldn't grab, for hopefully not like insane prices, because I'm not gonna pay anything. But you know, I will also be looking for a Vita for you. I just need to know like what the price range you're looking for. I know $200 is gonna add the question. I just need to know kind of if you know like a price range for it that you're looking for. Let me know and I'll see if I can get it for you. Or at least I'll let you know. I'm not gonna buy it for you outright unless you give me the okay for it. All right, 2. So we're gonna move over to. We're gonna switch over. I gotta automate this ish. What's weird too is like for some reason YouTube is only doing like the logo icons. I don't know why it's just not showing. Can I show? Oh, that's why. Okay. Okay. So you just put it as RL. Just yeah, and the thing is with Vitas, you can get a Japanese one too. So keep that in mind, because the Japanese one there is no region lock on the console or on the handheld, so you can get a Japanese one and it'll work just fine. You might need to use Google Translate to get past the first initial screen to select English, but that might be it. I can't remember if that's a thing or not. I gotta switch my camera. I gotta switch my camera perspective. Wachow! There we go. All right. So we're gonna be playing Final Fantasy 16. I am already 3-ish hours into it because I played and beat the demo last weekend on Father's Day. I got I got the review code. I got the review code late Wednesday night, so I did not get a chance to play it before then. Not only everybody else. I mean, like it was funny because most of the reviews have been positive for the game. I was actually looking at listening to Skill Up's review tonight because he's one of the people that was actually giving me a negative review, and I was just curious as what his perspective was, and he was like, it's a linear RPG, and I'm like, I don't think that's. I can understand that because he's like, it's not what Final Fantasy is anymore. I'm like, I can get that, but I think they're going in a different direction because they're going for more of the action RPGs kind of Kingdom Hearts-ish style and things like that, and so far I've been in love with this game. Between this and Diablo, they're my games of the year. Well, and Resident Evil 4, I should say. Those have been my games of the year so far. Like, I like Tears of the Kingdom, but it didn't hook me like Breath of the Wild did, but I actually like it more than Breath of the Wild. I just think the gameplay mechanics are better, but I just think for myself, I'm not as obsessed with it like some people are. Which is fine. Like, I'm also I love Diablo. I'm a huge Diablo fan. I love this game because it's a mix of Game of Thrones and Devil May Cry. And I know it's kind of trite to say that because there's been other people that said it, but yeah, it's so good. Like the demo was really, really good. And I highly suggest playing it just because you get that first 2.5 hours out of it. And then they have a combat a combat perspective, I guess you could say, that lets you kind of play later on in the game. And it just gives you a feel of how the game is once you kind of unlock certain, because you have summons, but they're called icons in this game, and you have to
it certainly looks like you've got your hands full.
The icons are basically your different gameplay styles. Like you have your normal, heavy, light attack kind of styles, and they can all upgrade too. So I like the depth of it. But it's like people were like, "Oh man, this is more linear than Final Fantasy 13," and I'm like, "Okay, so I get that." But Final Fantasy 13 was also made in 07, 08, and there was a different perspective of games what the expectation was for that game compared to what this was. And I think if you look back on 13, it's still not the best Final Fantasy, but I think it's not as bad as some people harp it to be anymore. And I'm okay with having more of the action-oriented perspective now. Ooh.
Excuse me.
Just because it's
send me to fetch some wood.
JRPGs are always gonna have a place, but there's more continual attention that you need to have in that kind of game than with an RPG where you just spam the same button over and over again, or just kind of do the continual grinding-ish kind of stuff. Not that it's a bad thing, mind you, but it's nice to have.
Better get this to Jeffrey, was it?
I just like the different change of gameplay, and I just for me, it keeps me more attentive to the game. And I like experimentation too. So long as you're not
oh, you're back. Hope
I mean, I guess it's more of a case-by-case basis too with that. Because
This will be
when you're
nice,
looking at it,
with a bit of luck, the walls won't be falling in on us just yet. That sounds ominous.
like,
Oh, it's not
you know,
all that.
there's always going to be a
downside
home
better
for, like,
than the
you know, turn-based
alternative.
RPGs, but I think
Safer
that's
with one
also
win.
where
What more
Square is doing Octopath Traveler
Stop fretting
and,
take this. You've earned
um,
it. Welcome to the fold.
you know, Bravely Default and stuff like that.
There's no need to. That's not a matter of need, my friend. You're one of us now.
And, like, Dragon Quest. Because I don't think Dragon Quest... I don't think they're ever going to go away from that turn-based RPG formula for Dragon Quest. That's too pure for it. Dude, yeah, the new Persona games look excellent. Like, I'm kind of bummed that they're redoing Persona 3. And they didn't announce Persona 6, but, like, because Persona 3 wasn't my favorite, but I'm very, very curious to see, like, because they're also not putting in the portable stuff, but I'm kind of curious to see how they're actually going to change it up, if anything.
Do you think we should go and help?
Don't think I have
And the Tactica game looks
a new
awesome.
face, and dare I hope, a willing pair of hands. The fat chocobo is a demanding mistress, and we are
Oh,
too
yeah.
to keep her on her
And that's
feet.
at least, that's the nice thing, is that at least it's going to
Persuade you
keep that
deliver a meal or two to souls in need of
perspective.
sustenance. For your trouble, I can offer you
And they're all going to be free on Game Pass too, which is
and
nice.
my enduring gratitude.
I don't see why not.
Marvelous. And who exactly do I have the honor of addressing?
Clive.
Delighted to make your acquaintance, Clive. I'm Kenneth, and mine are the weary shoulders upon which the weight of this fine establishment rests.
Persona 5 is so the funny is I've got Silas. Silas started playing it. He's not fully hooked into it, but I'm like, dude, you gotta like go into it because it's so good. Cause I have 75 hours in Royal.
Oh, meal.
Well, I had like 30. I had 30-ish, maybe more than that in the Persona 5, and then 70 in the Royal. Exactly. I was debating it. I was like, oh man, like come on, you know. Well, he wrapped up Hogwarts Legacy.
There's so much more to farming than just seeds and soil.
Who did you romance in your Royal ones?
Your food.
Just
In your Royal playthrough, I should say.
This. I won't be a burden. I'm of no use to anyone as I am, but maybe if I can master this.
All right, but.
Jesus,
Before it
Sandy.
gets cold.
Of course. Thank you.
What, Hogwarts Legacy died quick?
Who knew dung had so many uses?
Oh, nice. Because I know I was trying to hook up with I was doing Anne, which is kind of the obvious-ish one, and then I was doing Takumi, the doctor. She's fucking hard as shit, though. Oh yeah, Hogwarts kind of. I mean, it died because there's the whole hubbub of the J.K. Rowling shit and whatnot, and then but it did really good. Like it sold gangbusters.
Your food.
So then they were talking about not even doing DLC for it, but like
Well, doesn't
You know.
look fine? Thank you, lad.
I'm just kind of surprised. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they do DLC for it.
Already, I expect, the old rascal. Well, he did say he'd give me something for my trouble.
And so he should. We're not slaves anymore. Well met, lad, and keep up the good work.
One sec. I was trying to get on earlier too, because I was trying to get on around like 9:30, but my laptop was having issues because it kept saying like I don't have the right power supply plugged in to get it to go to like maximize cooling fans, and I'm like, I haven't, the power supply cord I have is the same one I've always had. And it turned out I needed to do a BIOS update, so.
I hope you do not think me lazy for waiting to be served like a lord. Only my former master did not.
I was like moving around the outlets and stuff like that, and I'm like, wait a minute, there's no way. Like I have it in a surge protector, like it should be getting the same voltage as always.
Took me in nonetheless. Well, the hideaway is the home I never knew, and a mighty fine one at that.
That's the last one. I'd better let Kenneth know.
I think the biggest hurt with this game is like there's weird, like there's inconsistent frame rates sometimes with even on performance mode. Like their motion blur needs to be turned off. It's not good.
All done, I presume? Splendid.
They were bearers. All three of them. Not slaves waiting upon their master's pleasure.
Why are they texting me now?
Men waiting to be fed like equals.
Indeed, equality is the very cornerstone upon which our little community is founded. Beyond these walls, we are scorned as slaves, speaking only when spoken to, eating only what scraps our masters deign to give us. The first hot meal here is the first many will have known. In the hideaway, we are free, truly free to speak as we please, when we please, and to eat what and when we desire. More than reason enough to trust in Sid's vision, wouldn't you say? Now, I promised you something for your trouble, did I not? The contents of my strongbox are yours to do with.
Are the ones that they like keep selling on like TikTok and shit like that?
Thank you, Clive. Do come and visit me again, won't you?
I mean, if you get them for like $20, yeah, go for it. Go on, no one's looking. Just whatever. Don't worry about stealing.
Ironblood were quick to sound the retreat once Titan turned up.
Surprisingly, oh yeah, I mean, I'll look for you tomorrow for that too, just to kind of see if there's anything worth getting.
We should go and help.
Just to kind of see if there is anything there. Alright, those are all... Okay, so I need to go... Hey, Jackie! Alright, so... Oh, for crying out loud. Funny was I was gonna actually try to play some Crash Team Rumble tonight, but I was like, you know what? No, we're not gonna play that tonight. Because I got on so late, so. Cause I was playing some before I was on stream. I was playing some AEW Fight Forever, which comes out next week. So I'm gonna review that too, but yeah, I'm like, I want to play Final Fantasy. I want to play Final Fantasy!
Blood flies everywhere.
I told you we should have taken the Crystal Road.
I told you we're outlaws. You want every bounty hunter in Storm harrying us from here to the Holy Capital? Besides, what's wrong with a shortcut through nature's splendor?
The Deadlands claim more of the realm each day.
I love it so far, Jackie. It's really, really good.
Bloodflies and all.
We'll be back in Imperial land soon. You alright?
Never better.
Sounds like
It's funny because the demo that came out for it's like the first like 2.5 hours of the game,
there is a fine round. Soon touch
and I
it.
beat that. Like I was gonna play it last week on stream, but like I just didn't have time to get on. I was just tired for most of it.
Don't want to be caught in the forest after nightfall.
So I ended up actually beating the demo on Father's Day morning, because I got up early, and I was like it was one of those days where like I was already up, and I was like, all right, cool, I'm just gonna get take care of a bunch of shit, just get that stuff done, and then I jumped on and started playing, and I finished it up, and like it ends at like this crazy ass like cliffhanger moment, and you're like Silas came up and he was like, what is going on? I'm like my jaw was dropped. I'm like I can't fucking believe it. Like, this is crazy. And he's like, what happened? And he's like, what game is this? Is this Persona? And I'm like, this isn't Persona. Or no, he was asking if it was Diablo. That's what it was. Like, I've been, big in Diablo. And, I was like, no, like it was, I'm like, no, it was this. And cliffhanger, and like the game comes out later this week, but like I can't wait. It's no, because like I won't spoil it because I don't but we're past that now. But like the sheer insanity of what happens is like like people keep like saying it's like Game of Thrones. It very much does have that Game of Thrones feel. It's very much like Square Enix is like, oh okay, we'll make a game like that, and we'll kind of go that mature route, because this is an M-rated Final Fantasy game, which is the first M-rated Final Fantasy game. Yeah, because 7 wasn't, or 7 Remake wasn't rated mature. But, like, so far there's been, like, beheadings, there's been, like, lots of blood, lots of swearing, all that stuff. Some sexual innuendos and shit like that. But yeah, like, I'm impressed, and I'm actually really, like, I have to say, like, for the demo itself overall, it was probably the best demo I've ever played, just because there is so much to it that, and and I was telling this to Randy before you jumped in, like, there's so much content there that, like, even after you beat the main, like, prologue demo, as it were, there's a whole thing about the icons, which is basically your summons in this game, and like you have like this taste of what the game is like as you go later on, and kind of just get a feel for how the combat is. And I played that for like 10 or 15 minutes after that, and then a little bit more on Tuesday night. And like I didn't want to get too far in there because there is story elements into it. It's not like it's a training battle. It's just like it's a full on like, part of the story. And it was just kind of crazy because, like, the combat is, like, it very much is, like, Devil May Cry, and the guy who actually did a lot of the battle stuff is the guy who did Devil May Cry. So, and what I love, too, is, like, if you press the touchpad on the PS5 controller, like, this all is active time lore, so it actually tells you, like, who's right with you right now, and kind of gives you a like, summary of stuff. Like, this is your goodest boy, Torgal, who you had when you were young, because basically there's 2 timelines, or 2 times that you played as so far. If this is our main character, Clive, you play with him as he was like a teenager, and now you're playing with him as an adult. And Torgal was a puppy then, and now they were reunited recently with his puppy, with his dog Torgal. And like this dude's like Sidophilus or Sid, whatever, but like I like the fact that like it's there at all times to catch up on. Oh, can I pet him?
How reassuring.
You're welcome for that anti-shortcut.
Aw, I can give him treats. I will say I've been loving my time with it. Like this has been, so far it's definitely one of my games of the year. It's just such a departure from, oh yeah, absolutely. And it's still coming to PC too, so you'll have a chance to play it. Let's just see. Like this is. like it's just so good for me. Like it's just, you know, I like the more action-oriented approach to the game too. Like, don't get me wrong, I do love turn-based stuff, but like, I think Final Fantasy can go in a new direction and be more action-oriented. We've already seen that with 7 Remake.
We still have a way to go.
I do wish the performance of the game was a little bit better, because there is like that weird like stuttering that happens that it just kind of takes you out of the experience every now and again, but like it doesn't. But yeah, this is all just like, it's such a good game, and it's such a well done game, and it looks visually it's excellent too.
What in good Grieger's name is he doing this far south?
Looking for food. No more wolves where he's from. The north was one of the first parts of Storm to fall to the Blight.
Oh, sod. I'd invite him over for a cup of tea if I didn't think he'd eat the dog.
Oh, that sword's behind my back. That sword's behind my back is a pre-order bonus too. Just to, I actually like the sword he has like in the game, but you can't transmog anything. At least not that I know of yet.
Path.
Remember when I said there were deadly beasts? Well, there's shrubs in these parts.
I still just think it's funny that people were complaining that it's too linear. Like I actually prefer a more linear game than open-ended game anymore. That's awesome.
Well, that's the undergrowth sorted. I'll take it from here.
Oh, I'm gonna go through here.
After you.
Thank you kindly.
Yeah, it's funny because I was talking about that earlier. It's like people got angry about 13 being linear, and I think it's just it was a different time, and the expectation for that game being like the next greatest thing of all time. It kind of, because it wasn't Final Fantasy, and like the expectation was it was going to be like the next step for Final Fantasy. It just didn't live up to the hype, because I don't think the story was the best either. I think if you look back at it now, it's not as bad as I think when it came out. But we've also, the gaming has evolved as well, and there's a lot more room for everybody to kind of have their own stuff compared to then, where it was like everything kind of had to be not shoved into its own in the same genre, but it's like now you can have like just look at these fucking vistas, like fuck, looks so good. I wish the camera was a little bit smoother. Like it kind of has that weird little bit of stutter to it. But yeah, like I'm cool with linear gameplay stuff. Like don't get me wrong, like I like stuff that has open-endedness sometimes, but like, you know, I'd much rather go down the path and kind of have that tight story than have, you know, like Starfield, where they're like, oh, it's a 500-hour game. You know, like, all right, well, cool, but like I'm gonna maybe play 30 hours that at most. It's funny because they even have the controls in the game. They're set to you can have like Dark Souls controls where like R1 and R2 are your attacks. Oh yeah, definitely. It's definitely nice. Like the painted look is really cool. And what's good too is especially for like accessibility options, like you can if you put it on like story mode or like normal, they have accessories you can equip that will automatically like use health potion for you when your health hits a certain level, automatically dodge for you at certain points, or automatically, or they also have a one button press attack, so like every attack will go through one button press. So you're not constantly pressing everything. If you have a hard time with the fast-paced action like a Devil May Cry, which I love because that just allows more people to get into the
Must be a
game.
nest nearby. Keep your eyes open.
What the? Oh.
Well, it appears we won't be going this way.
That's what you think. Oh, let me look at my Fanny Ember. Okay, it's my journal. I've got my potions. Tonic. Okay. The cool thing too is you can actually equip. So when you go to your abilities, so you have all these abilities you can equip. You equip for yourself, like your personal ones. You have your icon ones up here. So that, like, when they show in the demo for the combat, like, you'll have different icons that you'll get overall. Right now, I only have the Phoenix. But, you can learn new attacks, and you can equip those attacks to that icon's abilities. You can only hold 2 at once. But, at least as far as I know as of right now. I don't know if there's any more, because they don't let you map buttons. But, I want to get this one. Because it's like the master attack for everything, but it should take a while to get that because you get the ability points as you play, so it's.
I'll admit I hadn't counted on that.
What did Torgal find? What did you find, Torgal?
What is it? At least one of us knows these woods. Thank you, Torgal.
Oh, look at you being the goodest boy. So you go this way. Look, I'm gonna go down the not beaten path. There we go. Okay, nothing there. See, like, I'm super excited for tomorrow too because we're going to too many games in Oaks, and I'm gonna get my copy of Metal Gear Solid: The Master Collection, or the Legacy Collection. My bad. I'm gonna get this signed by David Hayter and Cam Clark, the voices of Solid Snake and Liquid Snake. I'm really hoping to get David Hayter to go Metal Gear, or not Metal Gear, but like We the Nerdy in his Metal Gear, in his Solid Snake voice, Metal Gear voice. Jesus, I'm fanboying. If I can get that in an audio cue, oh my god, make my day.
Well, they look not too happy.
I don't know if he will or not, but like if he can. Podcasts are coming back.
This is stupid. I like wolves.
I don't think they care, Sid.
Oh. Alright.
We did what had to be done.
Doesn't mean I have to like it.
No.
Here's the thing I like too is that, especially with a game like this, like I like the fact that we don't have random battle encounters either, because you know, I was never a fan of them to begin with. I haven't been a fan of them of any RPG I've ever played, just because I hate the fact like you go 2 steps, something else triggers, 2 more steps, something triggers, and you're just like, I want to get to the next point, I want to move on. And then all of a sudden it's like, nope. No, thank you. The game decides otherwise. And especially games, you know, older games where save points were few and far between. It was always a grind. And I know some people are like they like the grind. Like that's why I like games like Bravely Default, where you can actually set like the percentage of appearances. You can actually have like a 50% appearance or 100%. You could just, you know, or 200% and have it like just overload you if you wanted that like hard grind. And I think that's where Square sees like the turn-based games going now, and kind of going towards like Octopath and Bravely Default and being the games there more than anything. Oh, hello there. You're a big boy.
That sword sharp.
You'd better hope so.
This shouldn't take too long.
So much for your short.
What? Still short. Just not quite as quick.
Yeah, I like the dodging's nice too, because you can get like precision dodging and like a time dodge, which will like stop time. I do too. Badass lizard.
Give them all you've got, boy.
It is weird that we have like the Phoenix Shift and like there's a dodge and a Phoenix Shift option. Like it's just weird. She's doing good. She's confident wants to get out of her home. Oh, do I have it set to? I thought I took that off. All right. Yeah, see, I have to turn that accessibility option off because right now it was oh damn it, 8200 damage, nice.
Someone's got the oak.
Because now I've got no potions, or I used the potion the wrong time.
Not this time.
I doubt he'll do that again.
Not if we kill him first.
See, I thought I turned it. God damn it! I thought I turned it off. Does it say why at all, or does it? Oh, it's very odd that it won't let him create a channel. Is he trying to do it from his phone, or is he trying to do it from somewhere else? Oh, no, never mind. He doesn't use his phone for it. He has an old phone. I forgot. It might be.
Come on. Stand back.
Ah. He might have to log. If he's logged into the Chromebook, he might have to log into his profile as himself. If he's not signed into the Chromebook, like, as, like, an actual user. If he's signed in as a guest, holy shit. Then that might be why, too. God damn, Sid. Yeah.
You're dominant.
A dominant's like the. A dominant is the people who summon, like have summon, can summon the icons.
Oh, bloody realm of strapping young lads. And it was this sorry sack of bones realm who saw fit to home.
Sid. You say you want to help dominance and bearers. But what's in it for you?
What's in it for me?
Rule the world.
The same as for all of us. What we want and deserve. Save for our knack, dominance and bearers are no different from anyone else. The ability to use magic or summon great beasts should command respect, but instead has left us outcasts.
So there was already a crazy summons battle in the beginning.
Yet we are men, so why
Like
must
you actually
we
start
die
off
less?
in like the middle of a summons battle, and it's more like a Panzer Dragoon style like
Start a war.
shmup than anything.
You flatter me, lad. But my days as a firebrand are long behind me. No, I only wish to offer our kind of choice. A place where we can die on our own terms.
And there's a part I know, like he's from the battle demo, that like when you press both sticks and you can get like a super, like you go in like a hyper or overdrive mode. I think it is. All right, I gotta. All right, so I don't have potions. Fuck. I don't. Okay, I took that off. I don't want timely. I don't want. I just take it off. Okay, there we go. I swore I took it off. That pissed me off. Oh yeah, and the funny thing is the guy who voices Sid is also the guy who voices Lorath in Diablo. Because I was playing, I'm like, this guy sounds familiar. And so somebody mentioned on Twitter, like, oh yeah, it's the same dude. Or no, that was on Discord. Never mind.
Clive, what exactly
Sorry,
do you
my
plan on
back's-
doing when you find this dominant to fight?
What do you think? I'll show him the mercy he showed my brother. And cut out the tongue of any man who tries to talk me out of it.
All right. Forest dark enough as it is.
Okay, so I guess I have to spoil this part for... Okay. So I'm going to spoil this for a second. So I'm going to basically say what happened. So, okay. So, Clive was supposed to be the icon of the Phoenix. So that's why he has, like, the Phoenix abilities. But his younger brother, Joshua, ended up actually becoming the one who, like, became the icon. Probably some kind of test or whatever that you get. Okay. That being noted, so there's a whole coup that happens, because his dad was a duke of one of the lands, or their dad was a duke of one of the lands. There's a giant coup that happens. Everybody dies, and Joshua and their dad try to run away while Clive and another guy try to hold back everybody else. That fails because the guys that were with them turn out to actually be traitors too. And they end up killing their dad right in front of Joshua. And Joshua's like 12 years old, so he's still a kid. He snaps and summons the Phoenix icon prematurely, and he can't control it. Clive then goes berserk and ends up actually summoning a Efreet. And his icon is actually a Efreet. Even though it is icon of fire, it's not the Phoenix, it's a Efreet. So, he goes nuts. Joshua then gains some control of himself and realizes that Efreet is now like running around like this giant like kaiju. So they have a giant kaiju battle. And you take control of Joshua. Hold on. In this Phoenix thing, again, because that's actually where you start the game out. You start where it's the Phoenix versus Efreet. And you're basically doing like the Panzer Dragoon, like the shooting, like those kind of sections. So you do that, and then you end up stopping Joshua, or you end up stopping Clive / Efreet from summoning this giant Hellfire blast ball. But Efreet goes berserk and ends up ripping apart the Phoenix and ends up killing Joshua. Now, Clive sees all of this from like an out-of-body experience perspective because they haven't gone into exactly like how these work. but from my understanding, like they're essentially outside of their own body. They're not necessarily always fully in control. At least I don't know if it's like a learned thing or whatever. But yeah, Clive starts to freak go nuts, and you see him just tearing apart Joshua and like ripping apart like the body, and blood's going everywhere and all this stuff, to the point where Ifrit then explodes in this giant ball of fire, torching everything. And all, Clive is seeing is that his brother is dying. You can't stop it and all this stuff. So they end up finding out that Clive is the only one that survived. And I guess it's his stepmom. They never really go into it. I may have to look at the active time lore for it. But, like, his stepmom hates Clive and loved Joshua. I think Joshua was her son. And was like, my son's dead. You're going to put him in the army. So Clive became a assassin of sorts, and was called Wyvern in the first 2 hours of the game. In the present day stuff, and then he was Clive in the prequel stuff. Non-demo stuff happens, but like, it's crazy, like all that shit. And like, that's where my jaw drop was when, because I thought the whole thing was gonna be like Joshua and Clive figuring stuff out, but no, it's like, and like the thing is that Clive is out to murder the person that killed Joshua, and he doesn't know it was himself yet. So he's out for this like revenge tale that's all focused around himself. And I can't wait to see how that he realizes that, and that like he was the one who murdered his brother. I'm still hoping that it turns out that because the Phoenix already revived itself mid in the game, because like there was a whole thing about like the Phoenix can revive itself. I'm wondering if it still has Joshua somewhere. I don't know, and I'm really hoping that's the case, but also they're kind of going with that darker tone for this game, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was just like, hey, he's dead. But yeah, like that's where it got me. Like I really enjoyed the games from a gameplay perspective, because you do the whole basic tutorial stuff, all that, But like once the whole Joshua twist happened, and like you see that all, like it's just like, oh man. I mean, I still gotta say, like, thank you to Square Enix for being able to give us a code for this. Like, I was ready and raring to actually buy it that same night, because, Square has given us stuff, but usually like the super high profile games, usually we don't get those kind of games, and it's something. I mean, it is what it is. Like, like even I got the Live Alive review out this past week, because I wasn't able to like, there have been so much other stuff that's been out that I just haven't been able to focus on it. And my in-laws had actually got me a $25 GameStop gift card, and I was like, oh, I'll use that towards this. And I was ready that night to be like, I'm gonna just buy it and call it, because I'm like the reality is the codes went out weeks ago. I'm not gonna get it. I was foolish to think there would be even a chance to get the code. And then I saw someone on Twitter, I think it was Susie Hunter, who had mentioned that they had gotten the code later than everybody else, or later than expected. So their coverage wouldn't come like on launch day, and I'm like, maybe there's a chance. And then that email came in so late, and I was like, yes, absolutely, I will absolutely take the opportunity and review this game and give it my all. That's why I'm like, It just sucks because there have been so many games. Like, it's just been crazy these last couple weeks. And, like, I want to go back to Diablo. I've been loving my time in Diablo. I can't stop thinking about Diablo for the most part. But, like, I want to see how this plays through and, like, where this goes. It has been. It's just funny because, like, we've had, like, these amazing titles. And then we also got Gollum. Which I don't know if I'm actually going to do a review on it. Because I was thinking about this today. And I was like, okay. I was like, I was looking at it from the perspective of, like, is it... is it worth me actually doing a review for it? Like, realistically speaking. And I decided that right now I don't think it is, because it would just be a negative review, but it would just be vitriolic. Like, there isn't any redeeming factors in that game to warrant any kind of positive review or any kind of pros or cons with it. So I don't think it's... I could write a review, but I don't also... I'm not at the point anymore where I enjoy writing, like, a negative review just to be an ass, you know? Could I do it? Yes. Could I make myself laugh? Absolutely. But, like, is there any merit in already, like, punching when it's down? Like, you know, because the game's terrible, and they know it. They, you know, and I think that you know, they have only themselves to blame. You know, I'm glad that one person in the Twitch stream was like, I've actually been enjoying this game. Part of me also feels like they were just a person that you know, was for the developers, and they were like, oh, you know, I wanna make sure I promote the game positively, you know, because there was no redeeming factors in that game whatsoever. Your dad made the right choice in not taking that game to review, because it's just... I deleted it out of my store, out of my SSD, because I just couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't keep it on my home screen the entire time.
A Royal Scout.
Someone's far from home.
Let's follow him.
Bad isn't even a word for it at this point. Atrocious, a travesty, an abortion. Like, those are better adjectives to describe it than anything. And it's a shame, too. Oh, there's my stepmom. Wait. Alright. Okay, so maybe she's not the same person that I was thinking of. Okay.
They're just down that way. All of them. Grieger's my witness.
Excellent. We move.
I don't understand. Have I not proven loyal?
Oh, you dumbass.
It is true my liege values loyalty above all else. But were you not quick to betray your countrymen for the promise of coin?
that his mom?
Arman, commander of Walood's elite intelligences. If we can capture her...
You! Weapons on the ground, Imperials!
Ooh, Scottish. The sword that Clyde's got right now reminds me of the Thundercat sword, though. It makes me giggle every time I look at it. I'm like, oh, I can't... Thunder! Thunder!
Let's get this over with then.
Thundercats, ho!
Well, at least they're not giant lizards.
Here we go. Ah, shit. Alright, let's go. I love the visual effects too for all like the special attacks. Like they're just so beautiful. Oh shit. Alright. Oh, come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! I got it! I got it! Yeah! Yeah, they have quick time shit in here too. It's nowhere near. It's the worst. Like, there's some doors you have to push. You have to push the, R2 in to push the door, and I'm like, come on now. At least what I've seen so far. I was just like a tutorial, but still, it's just like, oh, they absolutely did. Like, this is why it's just. I can understand why people are like, you know, they don't like it because it's not Final Fantasy, but it's almost more Final Fantasy than I think than what people realize it actually was or what it could be. Like, I'm cool with the singular story, like the singular, like not the party story, just because like I said, it's different. Like it's not the normal thing we see. It's like people got mad at, like the spoiler screen, but I'm like, all right, thanks, Jackie. Have a good sleep.
They thought we were Imperials.
I'm actually gonna pause real quick. I'm gonna go pee myself. So. Oh, hey Gaston. I was actually gonna play CTR in the beginning of the stream, but I got on late, so I decided to just play Final Fantasy 16. Cause it's better. are you doing? What did you do? What did you do? I left you alone for 2 seconds, sir. All right, I'm back.
You look the part. Though you fight like a true shield of Rosaria, and one blessed by the Phoenix at that. Speaking of which, I wonder, does the other icon of fire give blessings, do you think?
You don't believe me?
And lo, the Creator did make of the elements 8 icons to serve as keepers of the one.
How dare you, Jen? Unless you're talking about Crash Team Rumble, then yes, you're right.
Too much store by holy doctrine, but on that point, it's clear.
No, realistically speaking, probably Game of the Year is gonna go to Tears of the Kingdom. I think that's just or Starfield if it's as amazing as the people think it's gonna be.
The thing is, you don't strike me as a liar. Which leaves but one person.
I know you're talking about Final Fantasy. I'm just saying. I doubt Final Fantasy will get Game of the Year. It'll probably get some outlets, but Diablo 4 should also. I mean, that's also one of my games of the year as well. But I'm just saying, from like most press outlets, I think it'll be Tears of the Kingdom that'll get it. This game's fucking awesome, though.
Sorely disappointed.
Ooh, stage replay, nice. What's actually like? I think because it's such a. I mean, Tears of the Kingdom is a good game. Like, I like it actually more than Breath of the Wild, because like I like the gameplay mechanics in it more. But like, it didn't. I bought it out of necessity and not necessarily because I was excited for, because I knew it was probably gonna get 10s. Like, trust me, like I'm impressed with it and like all the creativity and stuff that people are doing with it. But just for me, it just didn't hold my attention. Like Diablo 4 held my attention for 3 weeks so far. Final Fantasy 16 has been holding my attention as well. It's actually really, really good, and I like the fact that it's a lot more. It's a mature rated game this time. It's an adult game.
I didn't realize we were this close.
With Devil May Cry mechanics. 2 of my favorite franchises, right there, having a baby with each other. I'm cool with that.
Those flying days seem to be behind it. Shame that.
You truly think a dominant's waiting for us in that village?
My scout has never given me any reason to doubt him. Which is why I think we should hurry. Come on.
I get it. Like, don't, I mean, I was too. Like, I got the pre-release stuff and all that. Like, I have to do a lot of this because I'm reviewing it now too, because Square Enix actually sent out code over for Final Fantasy, so I'm, obligated to review it. Basically, this is your main character, Clive. He's a sexy boy. Your dog is Torgal. You control him and feed him stuff.
When did you get so big?
It is the same dude. It's the same dude that does Lorath. So, he's got a very big year. What is this? What do I have? What can I do now?
This isn't the first time I've seen one of these. Perhaps I can use them as waymarks.
I wonder if he got into it later on in life. I don't know. I'd listen to him read a menu though. That's for sure. I just sit there and look at me dead in the eye, and just read a fucking menu, and be like, yeah, just go. Tell me what's on that menu, and I will just sit there attentively and listen. Oh shit. Yep, he definitely does have a nice voice. Like, it's a nice, it's that British accent plus that like raspiness to it almost. Like, it's very good.
Figures up ahead.
The Lorath is not based. I may, Ash baby. I mean, he's a grumpy motherfucker, that's for sure. Let's see. Yay, level up!
More Waluders. Why? What is it they want?
You're welcome
Down, boy.
to ask the next ones we meet. Let me know how it goes.
Alright. Is there anything else? Let me just see. Can I jump up here, or is it all blocked off? Hell, okay, let's see. Is there any good items up here, like potions I could use? 'Cause I could use a potion or two. Yeah, nope. Nope. I just had silver loop for a second. I was like, wait a minute, that's not good. Hi, Gaston. Welcome back. Yeah, I was actually gonna play Crash Team Racing or Crash Team Rumble tonight for you when I started, but because my laptop was like, hey, yeah, you don't have the right power plug plugged into the laptop for it to get its full power. I'm like, wait a minute, no, that doesn't make any sense. I've had this laptop, the same charger the entire time. Turns out I need to update the BIOS. Because that's based. I will, don't worry. I will be reviewing it. I've got that, Final Fantasy 16, and AEW Fight Forever reviews coming, so. I was talking earlier about Gollum. I was gonna review it, but like my entire review would just be angry and vitriolic, and it's not worth it. Like, the game's already bad. Everybody knows that game is bad. Like, I saw Angry Joe do his review today, and he just tore it apart. Like, and it deserves it, because it is such a broken, bad game that not only is it like one of the worst games of the year, I think it's one of the worst games in the last 5 or 6 years.
It's too bloody quiet, even for this hour.
What do we do now?
First we look for my scouts. You start here, I'll circle around the back.
Of course you would, Gaston.
How do I let you know if I find him?
Good question. Shout.
Subtle. I don't even know what he looks like. The village can't be completely abandoned, can it?
I wouldn't say he's a crackhead. You just basically have to do chores upon chores upon chores. And that is not what I strive to play in a Lord of the Rings based game.
That sounds like a child.
Here, maybe? Well, I mean, yeah, he definitely is an addict because of the One Ring and its manipulation and hold on him. Don't get me wrong, but all right, Torgal, where we gotta go? Oh, okay. Torgal can't tell me where to go in here. It's not shallow and dumb. It's actually really good. It's I would equate it most to like a Game of Thrones, like dark fantasy kind of story because all right, so I'll fill you guys in since I played the demo off stream last week, and the game lets you start back up after the demo is done. So basically, your character Clive, you had a brother Joshua, who was the basically he could summon he could do the summons. So he could summon the Phoenix, and you were supposed to be able to do that, but you can't. You have some powers, but you can't. There was a giant coup that killed your father and his father. You know, you're both the same fathers. And you end up turning into a different summon, which is a Freed, which is like a devil, essentially. Hey, Troy. And essentially, you end up killing your brother while he's in his summons form, without realizing that it's you that did it, because you're basically you're on the outside of your body, having out of body experience, looking at your now monster as kaiju body doing this, and you watch him like tear apart the Phoenix icon or summons, as it were, the entire time until it's essentially dead. So basically, you're on a revenge quest to kill the person who murdered your brother, but it's you. All the while, there's civil war happening in the country. All these different areas are fighting against each other and shit like that. And you were actually spared because you're the only one that survived the coup. Your bitchy stepmom, I think it's your stepmom, made you go work in the army as like an assassin, and you were using a different name the entire time until this. It's not a normal Final Fantasy story, Jesus. It's not convoluted. It's just a matter of it's probably more streamlined shit than you would imagine. The nice thing is too is that they have this active time lore, active time lore thing that actually explains like what everything's going on with it, and kind of if you ever get lost, it kind of explains everything.
Damn it. No one here.
I will say I'm excited for tomorrow because I'm going to meet David Hayter and Cam Clark at Too Many Games and get them to sign my copy of Metal Gear Solid: The Legacy Collection. I'm really hoping to get David Hayter to say "We the Nerdy" in his Solid Snake voice too. If I can get that, that's a win for the day. Where am I going? That'll happen in about 2 hours, Gaston, when I'm asleep. Oh, there he is. Okay. I found the sobbing child.
It's all right.
Yep,
I'm
he's
not one
at
of
the convention tomorrow.
Friend and I, we're with the Imperial Army, and we've come to help. Do you know where your parents are?
In the church.
Then I'm going to find them and make sure they're safe. Can you stay hidden here until then? To the church, then.
Charles Martinet, but I'm not gonna get anything signed from him because he's too expensive. Because he wants like Dreamcast guy's not gonna be there. Spawnwave is gonna be it's in Oaks, Troy, at the Greater Philadelphia Convention. There's who else is gonna be there? Fuck. There's a couple other voice actors that are gonna be there too. I can't remember. Roger Craig Smith is gonna be there too. But I'm not gonna get anything signed by him.
This man's gonna die if we don't get into a healer.
Enough of your barking, dog!
Haha.
About time.
Stand back.
Oh my god. Oh my god, Gaston. Dreamcast guy, man.
Who the hell are you?
What a downfall. I mean, it's not like the worst downfall, but just like I used to like his content, you know, years ago, but like I don't trust any of his shit anymore. Because he's done a lot of just content clickbait shit.
It's all right. He's with me. Is this everyone?
No, there were others. A pair of
And he wants to be that person that gets the first video out.
Was a dominant among them?
Maybe. It's not like he was holding a sign.
Which podcast is it?
Guess where he's going. Clive, after him.
Oh, is he in Spawncast? I like everybody else in there. Like I like RGT, Misclick. I just don't like him. I like Spawnwave too. I like their individual shit, I guess, more. I know they're all like friends per se, but like I just don't.
Any word from the scouts?
Not yet, my lady. But we have the dominant.
He just wants to get that like.
A matter of time before we seize our quarry.
He's more interested in being like the, you know, like I used to remember like the Evil Dead game last year. Like he put a review out. He's like, I played 2 hours of the game. Here's my thoughts. This is my review. I'm like, it's not really a review at that point.
They will not be spoiled. I give you my word.
Gentlemen, a toast!
Will you join me? My thanks.
To Our Lady of the Wind and the King!
Ugh. Imperials drink this piss?
Well, it would go some way to explain their breath.
Lady Benedicta! Imperials!
And instead of killing them, you lead the rats straight to us.
Mercy.
God, that's like the 4th person she's killed so far. At least on screen.
Look what we have here, boys. An Imperial bearer. Good. I was getting bored.
What the? Oh, is she an icon too, I guess? Yep. Well, shit.
What is that thing?
Alright, here we go.
If this means what I think it does, Sid has to explain it to me. Don't let them get away.
Why do you pick? Alright, give me a second. I got my dog out. My one dog. Oh. When I get back, I gotta tell you about my other dog, my puppy Sammy. How I had to take him to the ER earlier this week. Stay there, sir. Yeah, you know about my puppy. My lab. My golden retriever. So, okay. So, Sammy, the you know, he's 7 months old now. He likes to get into everything. He eats everything. Just, you know. So, anyway. So, Wednesday, he ended up getting a little bit of a plastic bottle. He had a little bit of a plastic bottle. The end of it. Nothing really, like, you know, like, he's eaten plastic shit before. We keep an eye on him. We make sure he's fine, whatever. No big deal. Cut to later that night, my son had put a bowl of instant yeast out in his little garden that he made with my father-in-law to help keep some of the bugs away. I wasn't aware that he had put the bowl out there of yeast. I thought it was, because he put a bowl of water out there when I saw it. So, there was supposed to be a little fenced-in spot for it, but he had pulled the fence out to put the yeast in and check on it. Sammy had gone in there and drank the bowl of yeast. And then the next thing I saw was he was laying around, like what I thought was eating grass. He eats grass, whatever. And there was a little, like a bowl that was like a colored thing that popped up underneath him. And I was like, wait a minute. That's not in one of his toys. Let me go take a look. And I was like, it's a bowl. I put the bowl inside. Didn't think any twice about it. I thought one of the kids had just something else outside of playing paintball or something like that. Because they have a bunch of paintball stuff, shit, painting on, whatever. Like, there's, like, gel blasters, whatnot. Okay. So anyway, coming, you know, I tell my wife, like, 20 minutes later, like, what happened. She's like, you need to go check and see if yeast is toxic to dogs. Turns out it is. So I then took him to the ER. Because at this point, it was, like, 8:30 at night when this happened. So yeah, I ended up taking him to the ER, and I check in everything like that. I was there for 4 hours, and they didn't see me. Because apparently there were other dogs that were coming in. Like, there was a dog that came in that ate Xanax. There was a dog that came in that ate muscle relaxers. There was a dog that came in and had to get stretchered in because it apparently broke its legs. There was a cat that was breathing out of its mouth, like, panting, and apparently that means, like, there's severe heart conditions. Unfortunately, that dog had to be put down, or that cat had to be put down that night. So, it was awful because it was like the room right next to where me and Sam were staying out in the waiting area, and it was like a teenage daughter and her mom, and they were just screaming and they were crying. And I felt so bad because I don't know how old the cat was, but it definitely wasn't at any kind of age where they expected this to happen. So it was just awful, and you know, I felt bad, but like I kept asking them, like, hey, when are they going to bring him back? I was like, I'm afraid the dog's poisoned. And, like, nobody said shit to me or, like, and they were like, well, you mentioned that he had eaten a little bit of plastic and we're afraid it's in his stomach and it's going to obstruct his stomach and we had to get x-rays. And I'm like, that's not why I'm here. Like, I said that because it was all of what he had eaten that day. Just to kind of give you an idea of what's in his stomach that might come up when he threw up. Like, you know, and I was like, I'm more concerned about the toxicity rate of the dog, and like you guys not taking any action on the fact that my dog might be poisoned and dying. And I'm like, it's been 4 hours. I looked it up online, like the toxicity time would have passed, and I'm like, I'm out. Like I'm gonna go home and I'll call my vet in the morning and deal with this. Because I was mad. Because I'm like, look, I get it. Like, there's a bunch of emergency shit going on, but I'm like, I came in first, and my dog could possibly be dying. And I'm like, thankfully he was fine the entire time. But I'm like, you guys didn't even treat him, did not even look at him, and I had to self-diagnose. I got home. I stayed up with him for like another hour and a half. And then I woke up early just to make sure he was okay. So I took the day off of work afterwards. I was a mess. Because I thought, you know, something bad was gonna happen. And then I called the vet, and the vet's like, at this point, like, if he hasn't shown any signs, like, there's nothing that we can do at this right now. Just keep an eye on him. Just make sure he's still acting normal for the rest of the day. And thankfully he was, and he is, and you know, I get that there were other concerns coming in, but at the same time, it's like, you know, my dog was also ate something not good, and I need to know, you know, when that gets addressed too, you know. That's not good.
Sick of Toggle. Ready on your way, Sid. Keep your distance, boy.
Alright, no, yeah, that's true. Fuck, did I die? Did I just... Oh, thank God. I thought I died. Haha.
You've got some fight in you, even for a branded.
No, it's more action RPG than anything.
Look who's here to save the day. Is this how you recruit all of your charges?
Don't recall you complaining, Benedicta.
So, Sidolphus, remind me, why was it that you betrayed your kingdom? I asked you a question, Lord Commander.
Why? Because I'd had enough of you and your king's antics.
And yet here you are, stealing my branded. What are you plotting?
As if I'd tell you.
I think I'm also gonna call it a night after this cutscene and I get to save again because I'm getting tired. I'm getting hungry.
We have secured the dominant.
Oh, something isn't right.
Guess I'm also glad to see your book's coming along very well too.
Did she say where she was going?
No.
Then we head back to Lost Wing. One of the villagers may have heard something.
But we can't just...
Which is why I sent Gav. The man has a nose for these things.
That's good. Hopefully you can get an audiobook out for it, because I will listen to that shit. I'll do the voiceover for you if you want. I don't know if I can do all of it, but you know.
So, it wasn't about bears at all. They were looking for a dominant.
Yeah, that's right. Thought we were hiding the bastard. Like any of us would keep a monster like that under our roof. Oh, no offence.
When no one talked, they started rounding up everyone with a brain. And then everyone without one and all.
And locked you in the cellar, hoping sooner or later someone would break. You know, things might have been different if you'd accepted my invitation.
Oh, don't remind us. We were all saying the same thing.
This is our home, innit? Don't mean we won't help when we can, though.
And that, I'll drink to.
Oh, come hear the tale of your deed on the pole, whose tamed ones 1,000 unslain but tenfold. 100 full legions the young dragoon led, and watched as 1,000,000 foes turned tail and fled. His lance levels
Oh, they got a bard.
its hand as the dew. The skies over storm breaks for
Listen, Clive. Revenge won't bring him back. It won't.
13 years ago, I watched a dominant kill my brother right in front of me. And I did nothing.
Well, you did kind of do something.
I can kill the son of a bitch and bring peace to my brother's soul. After that, whatever happens, happens.
Fate. You're content to be its slave, then?
His ravings would have us
Shush
believe
it, cast
the
on.
Imperial host invincible. Yet here we find the Empire's cornerstone teetering on the backs of a handful of cowards and cutthroats. While Bahamut may lead 100 full legions, could it be that the young prince defends a house of cards ready to topple at the slightest breeze? Tell me something. Why do you not resist? Within you lies the power to slay gods. The phoenix perished in your flames.
Oh, fuck.
But you do not
It is
fight.
Joshua.
You do not flee. You refuse your gift. Perhaps you are distracted.
I was hoping he'd still be
Your offer
alive.
still stands. Join us and you will be treated with the respect one of our kind deserves.
Ah!
Lord Margrace, don't!
I'll give you a moment to consider your options. Do be gentle with them.
It looks like a fucking Kingdom Hearts character. Every time I see it, I'm like, it makes me giggle.
Clive. Wake up. Gav's back.
Canovant.
One of the Empire's outlying strongholds, though apparently not strong enough to keep out the Royalists. The captured bearers are inside. I'm sure of it.
If Benedicta's orders are to stay in the shadows, she won't be travelling with many men. Meaning,
I don't know.
Keeping her prisoners together and close by.
Including the Dominant.
Some of them can be longer, I know that.
Into the fortress and conjure a bit of chaos.
What about me?
Excellent question, Gav. You will wait outside the care and guide those I free to safety.
And miss all the fun. Why can't he do that?
Clive doesn't have your nose. He'd stumble off a cliff before he even found the men. Come on, Gav. You're the best man for the job.
Well, when you put it that way. Suppose I better scout ahead for any surprises. Don't you let him down.
I won't. Right. Shall we?
Not so fast. We wait until tomorrow.
But he's right there.
And if we leave now, we'll arrive just as the sun comes up. Maybe join the guards in breaking their fast. Come on, Clive. They only just took the place. They'll be there a while yet. We've got one chance at this. You don't want to waste it, do you?
No.
Now that's settled. There's someone I want you to meet.
At this hour.
Alright, let's go to... Alright. Let's save. Alright, perfect. I was gonna say, like, there's no way there's only been 38 minutes that I played this game. It fucking lies. Alright. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Let me switch over the view. Real quick, we'll do this. Alright. Thank you all for joining me again tonight. I will see you guys all hopefully tomorrow with some stories from Too Many Games and more Final Fantasy. Maybe some Crash Team Rumble too. Maybe. We'll see. Until then, guys and gals and everybody else.